Hello everybody, today we're going to be reviewing Teavire's Fuding White Tea Cake. I made out of shomei, and stick around to find out whether you should buy this or not. Before, I'm going to give you a little information about the tea, and then we'll go straight into the review. As you can see, this tea is a cake, and we haven't reviewed cakes on the channel before, but okay, I tried a little bit, but here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. You can see all the leaves, and this is a white tea, just like Bai Mu Dan. So what this means is it's essentially made out of the same leaf. This was made out of Da Bai Hao, which the last word Hao doesn't exactly mean anything, but it means this cultivar leaf is more disease resistant than the other ones. So as you can see, you can kind of see like some leaves on here, and what it differs from than in Bai Mu Dan is the actual picking time. This was picked later in the year than Bai Mu Dan. It was still picked in spring, I believe, but later in spring. But as you can see from here, you can really see there's some of that like white fuzziness from we saw in the Bai Mu Dan, but now it's been compressed. Okay. And like Bai Mu Dan, it uses one bud, but this time normally with 3 or 4 leaves. So this does give it a more like oolong, or a deeper oolong flavor. So another important thing to know about this tea is it's been semi-aged. This tea was actually picked in 2017 and pressed into a cake in 2018. So depending on how you count it, it's either 2 or 3 years old. So if you remember that proverb from last time, 1 year good tea, 3 years good medicine, 7 years treasure, this could be considered medicine. It's not, I wouldn't use this to treat anything, but in traditional Chinese medicine, it has been used to treat like high fevers and measles. But if it was up to me, I would just take Tylenol. Shomei tea is produced in Fuding and Guangxi County. This particular tea is made in Fuding County. Okay, now on to the review of Teavire's Fuding White Tea Cake, or the Shomei 2017 cake. This tea was produced in Huaizai Bailin Fuding, Fujian, China, and we'll get straight into the tea montage. Before we taste the tea, I first want to give you what it looks like after the first brewing and the smell. So this has you're gonna get that old book smell, but you're also gonna get like like a little spice, almost like cinnamon. But that old book smell is almost overpowering over that cinnamon taste because it has been aged a little. Depending on what you count it, this has been aged 2 to 3 years. So you're not going to get a lot of those floral notes that you would have in the first or maybe a year and a half of tasting this tea. As you can see, this is our first steeping for 30 seconds. And already you're getting a darker color than the Bai Mudan. This would be about the same color as like the last steeping, and this is our only first steeping. So your first impression of this is you get that same soybean osmanthus smell. Not osmanthus, but floral smell. A very soybean floral smell. And we're going to try it. Here we go. Okay, this is quite, it's definitely more complex than the Bai Mudan. And plus you have that aspect of aging. So if I had one word to describe this tea, it'd be an autumn flavor. I'm not saying this just because the tea looks like autumn leaves, but it certainly does. Look. But I'm saying this because it actually does taste like autumn. You have like this mapley, the first thing that hits your tongue is like a really old maple leaf taste, like maple. The liquor isn't too harsh on you. It's a very light feel, medium light mouth feel. No astringency so far. Let me try a little more. There's going to be a little like old book taste. No, old book. And also taste a little of the floral notes. It's kind of like apricot, kind of like the soybean from the Bai Mudan, but obviously a lot more negated since this has been a little aged. Yeah, you virtually taste any green note. You don't taste any green notes when you're trying this tea. So let me get back to you at the final review, and I'll tell you my final impressions. Welcome to the final review. So I've tasted the tea, I've done all 7 steepings, this is the last one. As you can see, you get that really nice dark amber color. And as compared to before, it didn't really have that color. But you probably saw all the minor differences in the montage. So anyway, what did I notice? Or first thing that's most important, how's the taste? Taste on this tea, like I said before, it's like the embodiment of autumn. You have that like old book flavor, typical of like dried leaves in autumn. You get that cinnamon flavor that for some reason is associated with autumn, and you do get some like floral fruit, tart fruit flavor, like I guess an autumn fruit would have. So you can see you do have almost the color of autumn in the flavor in the tea, or you do have the autumn color in the tea. Now on to the big question of should you buy this tea? This tea currently retails on the Teavire's website for $15.90. So essentially, if you do the math, it's about 16 cents, about 16 cents per gram, which is not a bad deal compared to that Bai Mudan, which is around the same price, but you only get 50 grams. I would say that's a pretty acceptable deal. So just buying this tea to drink, I think, is an excellent idea. But the thing that you should be cognizant about when buying this tea, depending on whether you want to buy 1, 2, or 5 cakes, is the aging potential. Already, this tea is aged into, I think, a pretty remarkable tea. That like autumn flavor probably wasn't there when in the first year and a half, and it's probably developed over this last year. I can't wait to see what will happen in the coming 3 to 4 years when it becomes treasure. But over time, if you looked at the price of this tea has been getting pricier. So it might be a good idea to not just buy one cake, but maybe buy 2 or even 5. Maybe drink 1 cake this year, wait like 2 or 3 years, drink another 2 cakes, and then near that 7 or even 8-year mark, you can drink the rest. But the tea has been going up, so I would recommend you buy it now before you pay the premium on the 7-year tea. So that wraps up my tea and my review. If you like this review, please like and subscribe. If you tasted this tea, or you perhaps had this tea in the first year it came out, please leave a comment so we can discuss what exactly changed. And hey, maybe in the future, 3 or 4 years from now, you can leave a comment and you can say how you thought it tasted.